How's it going, Allison?
Good.
Good. What are you thinking?
As I was looking at this picture, the thing that stood out to me a lot was this train. It looked like it was coming from the east to the west, and I was wondering, is it carrying supplies or people that want to come to the west?
That's a good question. What else?
And I was also wondering, what were some of the hardships they had to face when they were moving west, because they were leaving the land they knew so well into land that might have been like colder or warmer, and they didn't really know.
Good question. Who's they? Who are you referring to when you say they?
The settlers.
The settlers, okay. Who are the settlers, do you know? What was
This is early 1800s.
Okay, early 1800s. So using your reading to help you clarify exactly when.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometime.
What else? What else are you thinking?
I was thinking that the Indians, they're holding like spears and stuff. They look like they're kind of angry that the settlers took over their land and started building houses and schools and stuff.
So you're inferring that, or?
I'm inferring that because they're holding like spears and everything, looking over at all of this.
And what else do you know about the Native Americans to help you infer that?
That, to start with, they really don't like Americans because they took over their land to start with.
Okay.
Over on the East Coast.
All right. What else are you thinking?
Well, first of all, when I started looking at the picture, I was wondering, is this the West or is this still back in America?
Going westward, she is bringing the telegraph, railroads, farmers, and settlers with her. The Native Americans appear to be running away, and I think that it means that they're scared, and the Native Americans are running away to protect their land.
Why do you think that?
Because if they didn't, then the settlers could easily take it away, and
Okay.
then they wouldn't have any.
All right.
And,
What else?
And right here it said Britain claimed large areas in the northeast, and I inferred that this was important because Britain didn't own the 13 colonies anymore, or the states. And I wondered why they had more land, and I thought that they had given it all up and it just gone back to Britain, but it seems like they didn't.
So you're clarifying some of your thinking?
Yeah.
Some of your understanding? That's important as a reader to understand that. That's really great. How's it going, Jillian?
Good.
What have you been thinking?
Well, like the first thing that came into my mind, I looked at the mountains, and from 4th grade they taught me about the Appalachian Mountains and how Daniel Boone led the settlers into the Appalachian Mountains so they could get to the other side and take over land. And that was my notice that right here from my schema, I know that Native Americans settled west of the Appalachian Mountains.
All right.
And I was just assuming those are the Appalachian Mountains because that's where Britain said the colonists couldn't go during when Britain ruled everything and they didn't have independence yet.
Okay.
Changes. I think they might be like, this isn't fair, because if you look, these guys are Indians. They look like it, and it looks like they took over their land, and like, this is so dumb. It's like, this isn't fair. We were here first.
So I like how you're thinking about what the Native Americans were thinking, that this was no fair. And why do you think they would think that that was no fair?
Because if they were here first, and then this was all their land, and then, but now it's the colonists, and like the colonists came over and just swept the Indians away and be like, well, we're staying here instead of you.
Okay. What do you know? What's your background knowledge for the Native Americans that we've already been, that we already learned about this year?
They were moved into the West first, and then.
Okay, so how's it going, Willie?
Good. I have some thinking on this picture, on the back. And I was wondering if it was part of the West that they wanted to go to, or was it part of like the United States? I was wondering that, which part it was, or where it was.
What do you think?
Well, I was thinking that it might have been the USA, because I know that they had a lot of people, and I see like a whole lot of people around in this place, and like there's public schools and everything here. And I was also wondering, in the little side caption picture, there was, they looked like Indians, because from my schema, I know what Indians look like.
Okay.
Or dress like. And I was wondering, are these Indians, or are they in the West? And,
Did you answer the question or think about what the answer could be or infer what the answer could be?
I was inferring that it was Indians, and I was also inferring that it was the West, because if this was the United States,